Oh, here we go again.
Well, back here with the LG C2, and for everything that I really like about this LG C2 TV, this one particular issue that has been undefeatable at this point has almost ruined my entire experience, and it's having me consider other options. And I got to tell you, I'm really disappointed with this. The main reason why I bought this TV, if you're new to my channel, the main reason why I bought this TV is for my game room. And so I spend 90+% of the time gaming with this TV. And one of the things that drew me to it was the 4 HDMI 2.1 ports capable of 4K 120. And that allowed me to step away from the Sony TVs, which have been restricted, I'll put it that way, to 2 HDMI 2.1 ports. One of those would be tied up with my eARC setup with my AV receiver and surround sound. So I was really just down to one HDMI 2.1 port. LG OLED, here they come with 4 ports capable of 4K 120. Solves the issue for me. I've had this TV probably getting close to a year now. I'd have to go back and check, but it's been several months. For all the things that I really enjoy about this TV, especially from the gaming side, this situation with the Xbox Series X is really putting a damper on my experience, I gotta tell you. Just for a quick recap, what's connected to the TV, I have PS5, that's on HDMI 1, I believe. I'll just pull up the inputs. Yeah, PS5 game console on HDMI 1. There's my Sony receiver on 2. Apple TV 4K on 3. And then HDMI 4, you would have no idea what's connected to it if I didn't tell you, because it just says HDMI 4, which the Xbox Series X is connected to. Now I know there's probably going to be some comments saying, you know, why don't you just get rid of the Xbox Series X, problem solved. Yeah, I could do that. But there's one game that I really enjoy playing on the Xbox Series X, and that's this one right here. And I don't even know if you can see this on camera because the resolution is so freaking bad, and the screen has been shrunk down towards the middle, you know. I don't even know if you could see the tile that I'm on right now, but it's Forza Horizon 5. Really enjoy that game. Beautiful game. You know, I'm a car person, so getting to experience all those type of cars and the tuning and the modifications and the racing, that's awesome to me. Love it. Truth be told, if Forza was a PlayStation 5 exclusive, or if it was on PlayStation, I probably wouldn't even be over here. And yes, my problem would be solved, because I would have no reason, honestly, probably to still have an Xbox Series X. But I really enjoy Forza. And with Microsoft's acquisition of Activision or whatever, that whole deal where the Call of Duties are coming over here to Microsoft, there's some interest there on my part to partake in some of those older Call of Duties from a nostalgic perspective. And so that would be another reason I might consider keeping this, especially if they come to Game Pass for, you know, like air quotes free. But anyway, that's a topic for another video, just talking about the Series X. But getting back to this LG C2, I'm not going to turn this into an impromptu review video, but it might be considered that, because I'm sharing some of the things I like about it and one tremendous dislike. Now, I still haven't been able to confirm if this is an LG problem or an Xbox problem. Considering I have no handshake issues, no issues like this with anything else that's connected, okay? The PlayStation 5, I've never turned it on and loaded it up and got a ridiculously low resolution screen like this, where I have to literally, you know, go into the settings and do a full like shutdown, like a hard shutdown. And then maybe when you start it back up, maybe it will be back in 4K resolution and operating properly. That's a maybe. There have been times where I've actually had to do it 2 or 3 times to get rid of this low resolution situation. Now, I have a number of videos on this channel talking about this issue. If you haven't checked them out, I highly recommend going back in chronological order and just seeing the steps I've taken along the way and what I've tried to do to fix this issue. There's still a thing or two left that I'm going to try before I, make any, hasty decisions to move on from this C2. And I actually have a couple of other displays in the house that I'm going to go connect this Xbox Series X to, and I'm going to test it out and see if this same issue occurs with them, because I'm going to start with the Sony A80J, and I'm going to go ahead and connect that to HDMI 4 port on the 80J, and that's the gaming port that'll be free, and it'll do 4K 120. And I'm going to do some simulations with that, some game time play, shut it off, restart, and I want to see if I can get it to trigger this low resolution on that TV. And then I also have another LG C2. That's our bedroom TV. It's a 65-inch. I'm going to connect the Series X here on that TV as well, and I'm going to do some testing with that as well to see again, to determine, is it specific to this specific LG C2 right here? Like, is there a problem with this one only? Or is it an LG and Xbox problem? And if I can replicate this situation on that other C2, then that kind of lets me know where we stand. And if I can't, that also lets me know that it's more than likely a problem with this specific C2. And I'll be pretty sad about that, because I really do like this TV. And while there are some really good displays that came out here for 2023 that would be enticing to upgrade to, they're not so transformative that it makes me want to run out and essentially trade this 77 C2 for, say, a 77 G3 or a S95C. I could tell you for sure I wouldn't want to trade this for a C3 at 77 inches. Maybe the G3 or S95C, maybe the S90C, hearing a lot of good things about that. I'd probably, if I were to move on from this TV, if I determine it has issues and I just don't feel like going through a warranty process and stuff like that, and I'm just gonna move on, first place I'd probably look, if it's not LG, would probably be that Samsung S90C. Then I can bump into QD OLED technology and all the fun stuff that comes with that. Samsung should also be the 4K, should also have the 4 HDMI 2.1s doing 4K 120. So, that would be a pretty good place to start. And if I decided to continue with another LG product, I'd probably first look at like the G2, get a slight upgrade from where I'm at now, and just hope for the best. Where that TV is priced right now would make it a pretty good candidate. And just kind of go from there. I really wish I could add Sony to that list. I love Sony displays for content watching, movie watching, sports, etc. The 80J is our primary, like family room, content consumption area. We do all our streaming, show watching and movies and sports. We do all that out there, and really love that TV. But it being limited to essentially one free HDMI 2.1 port makes it not really a viable option for me for a dedicated gaming display, when in my ideal world here, I want to connect multiple consoles and maybe even a PC down the line. And this Xbox Series X is starting to become a strong candidate to go the way of the dinosaur and be replaced with a PC anyway. Okay. That may be the next move here. If I determine that there's something going on with the Series X's communication with the LG, that might be the last straw, and it might be headed for sale post, and I might just go ahead and connect my gaming laptop to it And really, I got that gaming laptop primarily to do my video editing and stuff like that, which I really like. It's an Alienware. That one might replace the Series X if it's determined that this is a Series X issue and I'm unable to find a way to correct this. Like I said, some might consider this a minor inconvenience, you know, just to keep my current setup. Don't go through all that, you know, process of testing, and, you know, you don't have to mess around with maybe getting a new display. Just get rid of the Series X, or hopefully identify a fix there. But part of the reason why I invest in certain level of electronics and displays and, you know, toys, stuff like that, and I'll just call them toys, is the level of performance and convenience I get for using them. Okay, so if I'm going to consistently have to deal with this issue, and if you've been following my channel, or if you go back and look at my videos, this has been an ongoing thing for a while. And every time I think I have it fixed, it's not. You know, some random day, you know, sometimes I go 3, 4, 5 days without turning it on. You know, I'll game on Forza for a while, and then I'll go back to the PlayStation for a few days, and then I'll say, you know, I want to fire up Forza and do some racing and some, you know, whatever. And I'll turn it on and get this. And then I'll go through and feel like I fixed it. And then everything's working fine, and then some random day down the line, this will happen again, and it will remind me that I haven't fixed anything. So those of you that have commented along the way some, you know, potential fixes, I've went through and tried them. I really appreciate the feedback. I'm seeing the comments. I'm trying out the things you guys are suggesting. Awesome feedback. Love it. Keep the suggestions coming, because to be honest with you, as much as I like this TV and I enjoy Forza, if I can find a way to fix this stupid problem right here, I'll be good to go for a while. You know, at some point, maybe next year's displays will entice me to move out of the C2 and you know, who knows, maybe the C4 or whatever they're going to call it will be good enough, or a big enough jump that I may consider making that move. You know, or something QD OLED next year. I don't know. We'll see. But this issue right here, this resolution thing, really annoying situation. And I'd be curious to know, does anybody else experience this? Do you have an LG C2? I don't care what size it is. I don't think that matters. You know, I don't think it really matters if you have a 42 on up to the 83. Are you encountering the same? I'm thinking it's some sort of handshake issue, which has led me to changing cables and switching ports and everything else. It doesn't matter. You know, switching cables, whatever, hasn't mattered. This has still happened. And the cable I use is one of those Zeskit certified cables. So, and I have that pretty much on everything. So, you know, I really think that it's not a cable issue. I think that there's some sort of handshake communication issue going on somewhere else to encounter this. So if you're still here with me, I appreciate you listening to my rant. I make these videos to show you what's going on with my setup, in hopes of someone in the community encountering the same issue and how they fixed it. So let's get into it. Let's have a discussion in the comment section. Talk to me about what you did to fix this problem once and for all, because I'd really love to get a fix on this. So if you enjoyed the video, appreciate you watching. Smash the like button so it gets out to more people and I can get more feedback on how to fix this. You know, if you haven't subscribed yet, consider subscribing. You know, I do a lot of content talking about, you know, display technology, TVs like this, gaming, even a little bit about cars, stuff like that. So if you're into that sort of content, subscribe. And if you're going to subscribe, you might as well hit the bell so you don't miss an upload, right? So until the next one.